Hello and welcome to our 7-day Tasmanian road trip.
Where are we?
We are starting our journey off in Hobart. We have got up bright and early this morning to drive to the top of Mount Wellington, which is the kind of like most famous mountain in Hobart. Basically Tasmania is very mountainous, mountainy.
Mountainous.
And Mount Wellington is one of the most famous ones. So we drove up here in our little hire car. Okay, as I'm sat vlogging, the clouds just rolled out again. This is only probably about 2/3 of the way up the mountain, so imagine what it would look like from the top. But we drove up to the top and it was thick fog, like literally couldn't even see in front of the car. This is absolutely stunning though, like wow, this is Hobart down here. I think this is also quite a famous bridge. The downside is it's the kind of cold that literally takes your breath away. I've got 2 jumpers on. I do have a coat as well. I think I'm gonna be wearing a coat and a hat and every single jumper I own for the next week. This is day 1 of our road trip and we are starting in the Tasmanian capital of Hobart and heading southeast later today down to Port Arthur, so gonna bring you along.
Is it classed as a capital?
Yeah, the capital
like a state capital?
Yeah, same as Melbourne is in Victoria.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze in the face of defeat, yeah. I was ruled out with no bailout on my own, all alone, left to
We have found a little hiking trail that we can do. Not too sure where it goes. That's the cloud that we were just in, guys. We were somewhere up here in the car. That's crazy though. Look at the amount of trees. This is actually really good. It tells you all of the different walks that you can do. So we just did the lookout circuit, which was only 15 minutes. But there's tons of options here, less than 2 hours, between 2 to 4 hours if you want to do a half-day walk and then a full-day walk. Whoa, look at this. General hazards. I've never even seen this before. Cold weather, cold weather, cold weather.
But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound, all the odds were against.
So we are at the Mona Museum, which is famous here in Hobart. A few different people have recommended us it, and I'm going to be honest, we've actually already been in. I'm filming this clip afterward. To give a little bit of context, not that there is much going on here, this is basically, it stands for the Museum of Old and New Art, and it is the weirdest mix of things. We were told before we got here that there's quite a lot of interesting exhibition. As soon as you walk in, it's like adult content, advisory warning. There's a lot of nudity, and I'm not gonna lie, we were in there for about 2 hours, couldn't tell you a single thing about it. Like genuinely, I was walking around and 1 minute you're looking at like a naked couple, the next minute you're looking at something from ancient Egypt, and I was like, huh, this is the most arty museum I've ever been in, and I mean that in the kind of sense of like art student energy. And I can say that as somebody that went to an art university. I was just walking around like, what the bloody hell is going on? But it's actually really quite good. Not sure I'd go back just because it is like $38 to get in, which is about 17 or 18 pounds. I'm gonna insert some footage from the Mona Museum, and if you are in Hobart, it's definitely worth making a little note of if you're into things like this. By into things like this, I'm actually not sure what I mean. Here's the footage from inside the museum.
All alone, left to bleed out.
Really, really cool, guys. I wish I knew a little bit more context about like why these words are the words coming out, because I'm not too sure what the like story behind this installation is. Really clever though.
And now I'm in the race, give me some space. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go, 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 go. Like a bullet, won't take no. You should know, no.
That was an experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't even have words for it.
I don't.
It's so weird.
There's no words for it. There is no words. Just come and see it yourself. If you're in Hobart, you've got an afternoon to spare. A really great activity if the weather is bad. Like,
it's quite expensive actually. No, it was good.
Anyway, where are we heading now?
We're gonna go to see what Cadbury World has to offer.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it is Cadbury World. It's the largest chocolate factory in the Southern Hemisphere.
Let's go. Here we are. It's not called Cadbury World or Cadbury Land, it's just called Cadbury. Okay, so it's actually closed to the public, and I'm glad that we didn't like drive out of the way to come and see this, because we actually already went next door just popping into the Woolies. That's good, isn't it?
You closed the shop, that's weird.
Tom just wanted the free samples.
To explode.
Uh-oh. The hat's out, and that can only mean one thing.
It's chilly.
The wind is winding. It's so cold. But we're at the remarkable cave and we're gonna go in.
So I've been told that I should fold and give in. I can't win in this game, no. But you can hear me laughing. I'm the new thing in this field. You should kneel instead of me.
Hello, I'm looking a bit windswept, but we have just checked into our Airbnb for the evening. We are staying in a converted shed, basically, in Port Arthur, actually at White Beach. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's the perfect place for a one-night stay. We found this on Airbnb, and as you can see, the outside of it is basically on a farm. It is really beautiful. There's lemon trees right outside, and this is our little hut that we're staying in for the night. So I'll show you the inside. So we have just come in, we've popped our belongings on the sofa. Tom is already laying on the bed over there. Hello. Yeah, it is basically just this little living room area. We've got fresh pears from the orchard on the table, which I actually might try. The guy did tell me that he just popped these here just now. Got a little kitchenette with drinking water, because you actually can't drink the tap water in quite a few places here because it works off a dam system. And then outside of the window, got all these gorgeous lemon trees, views out over here of the mountain. Then we've got the bed area, this little nook, got a curtain. We also have a radiator, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah, this is me. Good vibes. We have come to the Fox and Hound, which is a mock Tudor pub. I'm gonna guess it's mock Tudor. I don't imagine they were whacking this building up here in the Tudor times. but apparently it's like the best pub in the area. It's the only British looking pub I've seen all year. It's the only place open on a Monday evening, so this is our only option for dinner, so we're going here. But it does look pretty cool, like, look at this. Good morning. We are starting day 2 of our Tasmanian adventure in Tasmania's Unzoo, which is famous for being the home of several Tasmanian devils. Obviously we were not going to visit Tasmania without trying to see the Tassie devil. It is kind of what puts this place on the map. I think internationally people have heard of the Tasmanian devil, maybe without even knowing where Tasmania is. But yeah, we just wanted to stop by here and have an explore, so we have just entered this. It's here in Port Arthur, and already I'm quite liking the vibe. This mum's got a baby in its pouch, guys. Look how cute. He's sleeping. Oh, and this kangaroo is coming to steal the food. We have just come out. That was really fun, guys. I think it was a really good way to see the devils as well, because they're basically, it's called the Tasmanian Devil Unzoo, and they don't have like a boundary fence or anything, so they just let the animals come and go as they please. But obviously, well, I say obviously, I didn't actually know this, the Tasmanian devil is a really endangered species, so they do also have like a breeding program because they're trying to really build the numbers back up. 95% of Tasmanian devils got wiped out in like the 90s and the early 2000s by this like disease. They are breeding them there and looking after them and stuff. It was quite expensive to get in. I've noticed everything in Tasmania so far has been quite expensive.
It's all been around the same, like for 2 of us around $88.
Yeah.
Like even the park pass was $88. This was $88. The, what was the thing we did yesterday?
Mono was only like $38, but still.
But I think everything's been worth it, to be honest.
That actually really was worth it. And look at our latest addition to the family, guys. This is Tassie, the Tassie devil. But she's kind of cute. Like she looks cute, right?
So what does that take the numbers up to now? 7?
Yeah, I think we're on 7 cuddly toys.
There's going to be an 8th planned.
Yeah. Stopped en route to our next location for a little bit of lunch because we haven't actually had any food yet today and I was starving. Tom's gone for a chicken and mushroom pie, basically, not really a pie, and I've gone for a sandwich, but it just looks so good, so I'm gonna eat it while it's hot. Okay, I'm looking very sweaty. That's because we have just done the 40-minute hike up to Wineglass Bay Lookout, which is one of the most famous viewpoints in Freycinet National Park. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. Because it's basically just stairs up to the top. So I actually just read a sign that said it's 1,000 stairs. That's quite a lot for somebody that does not go to the gym. It's worth it. That just does not look like Tasmania to me. That could be Hawaii, it could be Thailand. That is just incredible. Can you believe that's Tasmania? How stunning is that? It also, Tom just said this looks quite a lot like Esperance on the southwest coast of WA, which this bay reminds me of a little bit. But wow, that is just stunning.
I set out on a road that I built with my own 2 hands. I met friends on the way, people chosen to make a stand.
Oh no guys, I just got back from going to the toilet and look who's sat shotgun. Guess I'm climbing in the back of the luggage. Tonight we are staying in a place called St Helens and we have just arrived. We're staying in a little lodge. Never stayed in anywhere like this in all of Australia. We've either been in hostels or hotels. This is like a log cabin. It's perfect for what we need it for. Yeah, we've got a massive bed, really nice modern little kitchenette. We are actually going to cook dinner in here tonight. There's a TV, big sliding doors with the car outside, and then an ensuite bathroom, which is lovely. Gonna wash my hair tonight. But yeah, I really like this, and it was only £40 for the night, guys. Like, that is so decent. And it's on this little complex with like a restaurant and a bar and stuff, and like we're really near to the beach and everything. It's perfect. Good morning, hello. It is now Wednesday and we have woken up to beautiful blue skies, but it is so windy, guys. Like, we got here last night and it had started to pick up through the night. I'm not joking, I've never heard wind like it. It was so windy. But we are actually staying a second night in the same location, and I thought we were gonna have to move like lodges because I didn't book it at the same time. Basically, we kind of didn't really know 100% where we'd be staying and like how long we'd be spending in each place. And then yesterday we decided we were gonna base ourselves here for 2 nights just because quite a lot of the stuff we wanna do is in the same area. So I booked a second night and the lady just came from reception and was like, oh, I think there might be a way we can do it so that you don't have to check out and you can just stay in the same place, because I thought we were gonna have to move lodges, but we don't have to. I've just sort of got ready. I let my hair dry naturally last night and it has dried so curly and so frizzy, and usually I would like sort that out. I would like curl it properly or even straighten it, but it's blowing a gale and I was like, well, what's the point? Like, I'm gonna step outside and look like I've gone through the tumble dryer, so there is no point. Today on the agenda we are heading to Bay of Fires, which is one of Tasmania's most famous coastlines. There's actually a picture of it in this lodge. Apparently this is what it looks like. I hope it does look like that. Obviously that's at sunset and it looks incredible. Maybe we should go at sunset. If it's amazing we could go back because we're not too far away. How was your sleep?
Good.
Really good in this bed, wasn't it?
Really good. Comfy bed.
Really great bed.
Really nice, actually.
Yeah, the room's lush.
I felt strong in the sun as I walked onto pastures green. Saw forgiveness together as bases.
We have just stopped and sat down here. It is beautiful but so windy, guys. And I was just getting a really cute video. I was like, oh, this would be a great place to film some clips for like a reel or a TikTok. And Tom is in the weirdest mood. He was like, let's do a 2-step, let's do a dance. And then he nearly lost his hat in the wind and the whole video is just a car crash, but it's actually really quite cute. So I'll have inserted it over as a little overlay. It's cute, but if you could hear the conversation we're having, which you probably can't, but it isn't cute at all. It's just a disaster.
I'll be with you through the night, and I'll turn every wrong to right.
Tom and I have come for dinner at a little restaurant on the seafront here in St Helens. We didn't really have lunch or breakfast, guys. We've just had like snacks all day and we've had a little bit of an unproductive afternoon because the weather, you can kind of see it, it's stopped raining now, but it did really turn and we were on the beach and we were just like, you know what, no, and we both had work to crack on with, so we went back, did some work while the weather was bad, and now we've come out for dinner now that it's stopped raining, and it's actually really lovely in here. It's a really nice little restaurant. Didn't really realise quite how nice it was, and I've come out literally with no makeup on, which is not the vibe, but also nobody knows me here, so it's kind of fine. Maybe I ordered too much food. I got a side as well as a soup. That is a big bowl. That's a big bowl of soup. That is a huge bowl of soup. But you know what? That's really good value for money.
This is.
Yeah. Tom's Burger. Tom's Burger is like 3 burgers in 1 burger. We have come to a little sunset viewpoint just as the sun is going down. The sky is looking beautiful.
Baby, we're children of summer. We're meant to be free.
Oh guys, this beach is just everything. All of the colours of the sky, so gorgeous. And then behind me, Got the mountain. The actual sunset is over here behind these clouds. Tom is behind me on this side of me. The only thing that's letting this down is the temperature. It's so chilly, but I'm gonna stop complaining. Like, I think if you are ever planning on visiting Tasmania, you probably are aware it's not gonna be a hot climate. Like, this is not a hot part of Australia. So we're gonna go get back in the car now, because the second that sun disappears, the temperature drops off even quicker.
Already freezing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see the Southern Lights tonight as well.
Tom's desperate to see the Australis. Basically the northern lights in the southern hemisphere.
I can't remember which one.
The Aurora Borealis is the north.
Then it's the Australis Borealis.
I
think that's right.
So that sounds right. Yeah. I don't know if we are going to see them. Tom's downloaded a little app so we can check the sky.
It's not an app, but there's no way of like telling. It's just like basically a
Facebook group
where people post if you're gonna see it tonight.
I mean, that's bloody helpful of those people, isn't it?
Well, apparently sometimes you only know up to like half an hour before.
Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled. Good morning. It is Thursday and we have left St Helens and are now in Launceston. How do you say it?
Launceston, I think. No.
Lawn.
And is that what you were saying?
I was saying Launceston.
Oh, I think no, because I think that was wrong.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I need to see a spelling of it.
We're here. And we are currently at a place called Cataract Gorge, and I think this has like a stair lift or like a stair lift or a chair lift, like a cable car kind of thing running over the gorge that you can actually pay to go on. So I think we might do that. I also think there's a couple of walks that you can do here. Basically this is like the next biggest city in Tasmania after Hobart, so we've come all the way to the north of the island and we're now here. Okay, so we are here at the scenic chairlift, the world's longest single chairlift span. Actually not sure how I feel about this. Oh my god. I mean, people are on it and it obviously is safe, so I think we'll do it, but...
It's a Launceston.
Launceston.
I think.
Launceston. How would you pronounce that word?
In my ventures they brought me to places I've never been. But you can walk through this world without a few punches upon your chin.
We are now doing the walk back from the stairlift, guys. So you can pay to do it a return, or you can do one way and then do the walk back. But it's such a beautiful walk, so we were like, we'll just pay for one way and then do this little 20-minute, it's not even really 20 minutes. Yeah, walk back up. We're gonna stop, get a coffee. It is a beautiful day, and thankfully, it's not windy, guys. No wind today. So maybe you might see some drone footage, who knows? We've just come and grabbed a little bit of lunch / late breakfast whilst we do some work in a cafe in Launceston, which I think is how you say it. Still unsure. Launceston. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. Tom's gone for a bowl of loaded fries that are loaded. Like, they look pretty good. We are coming to have a little look in the Queen Victoria Art Gallery. In we go. It's actually free to get in, guys, which is really good. We love a free museum. Tom's in his natural habitat. Whenever we come to an art gallery, Tom's immediately like stealing ideas for all of his own graphics. No, getting inspiration.
I like our art.
I actually really like these. I think these prints are really sick. They remind me of the sky when we were in Uluru. This exhibition is sick, guys. Tom and I were actually just talking. I don't know if any of you guys ever did a project in primary school, and we called it like My Life in a Box, and we'd basically make like something that reflected our lives in a shoebox. And this kind of reminds me of that, obviously a lot better. Like, these are actually really good. And I think it's meant to be the high street here in Launceston. But it did just remind me of that project that I did when I was 10. Some really cool pieces of art in here, very different to Mona where we were the other day. Total different art vibe. This is a really gorgeous town, guys. This is actually probably one of the nicest towns that we've been to in Australia. I don't know if it is a city or not. It definitely has more of a town feel, but like, it's really beautiful. I actually do think that a lot of the buildings and a lot of the like areas in Tasmania look very different to the mainland, which has surprised me a bit.
Wait, that's so weird.
Yeah, guys, we're in Target. And I feel like quite a lot of people maybe don't know that Australia has Target, it's not just America. But they've got their Christmas decorations out. And this is the first time I've been anywhere where I've seen like a lot of Christmas stuff. Like, they've got a whole Christmas section going on. And it feels too early. Like, I can't believe we're in Australia still and we're seeing Christmas things again. Like, when we landed last year, Christmas decorations were just going up everywhere. And now it's here again. And I'm like, God, that really shows the scale of time. But quite enjoying looking at it all. Australian Christmas decorations. You've got a koala. I think it's maybe meant to be a kangaroo. Maybe a wallaby, a quokka, I'm not sure. Ah, yeah, because this one's a kangaroo, so I'm not sure what that one was. This whole week we have been staying in a real mixed bag of accommodations. We've been doing log cabins, hostels, Airbnbs, B&Bs, and tonight we are staying in a pod. A capsule hostel here in Launceston, which I'm actually surprised there is one because, sorry, it's quite noisy. I thought that this was a tiny town. It is bigger than I thought it was, but let me show you where we're staying tonight. This looks like somewhere that should be in like Japan or maybe Thailand, or like, this is definitely Southeast Asian inspired and I love it. This is so cool. So you walk in and we got given a code on reception and we are A08, which is this little pod here. And basically how it works is we have this key card, which I've popped in here. This is the door. It's literally like being in some kind of spaceship, and then you get a key and the key unlocks the pod, which is basically just a big double bed, and then you also get 2 big lockers here. So if you scan this, that unlocks the door, and then this is the inside. Are you joking? It's literally like a spaceship or something. We've got all the bed in here.
There's a little safe as well.
Yeah, there's a safe. There's actually quite a lot of controls. No, there's not a TV. Where? Where? Oh my god, it does say TV. Hold on a sec, I didn't even see that. As you can see, there's some other controls. Why am I expecting a television to just pop out?
Yeah, I'm guessing it doesn't have a TV, but maybe it has the option.
Ceiling light, we can change the ambient. Oh, we can change the colour. Whoa, green, blue, pink, green. Rave, rave, rave.
Oh, they've all got their own like aircon.
Oh, they've got air conditioning, amazing. This is actually really sick. And it only costs £20 each. We have come for a little Mexican at a place called the Prickly Cactus. All through here, obviously don't want to film all the other people, but they've got really cool Halloween decorations up, all like Mexican inspired, which is really cool. And I've gone for a non-alcoholic tequila sunrise because, contrary to popular belief, actually it's not popular belief, nobody's ever said this, but I really don't like tequila. It's like my least favourite alcohol. I would rather drink any other spirit before I pick tequila. Yeah, I like the sound of this, so it's basically just mixed fruit juice. We've ordered some fajitas, and currently we're just trying to do a big airdrop session because Tom's been filming for me for some TikToks this afternoon because my phone keeps dying. Like, my battery's just terrible on this phone, but the airdrop is just not working. Look at my phone.
It's working now.
It's having a whole meltdown. Yeah. These are sizzling fajitas, and we definitely didn't need a side. This was a good decision not to get a side as well. This looks so good though. I'm so excited. This is our current setup. Good morning. You joined me from McDonald's, and you're probably thinking, why are you in Tasmania getting a Mackey's? Well, we have got up very bright and early. We literally had left before 8 AM, which is pretty good for us because we are going to hike at Cradle Mountain today, which is one of, I think, the biggest mountains in Tasmania. Obviously it's a very like mountainy region. Tom is currently just in McDonald's getting his extra hash brown because they forgot it. Did you get it?
They do it every time to me just to piss me off. I can't remember the last time I've had a Mackey's order for a drive-thru that's been right.
Let's not slander McDonald's.
How many did you get? They get plenty of money off me.
Hey, you could have at least tried to get 2. They weren't gonna check. Anyway, as I was saying, we've got a Mackey's for breakfast. We're going to Cradle Mountain to do a fairly big hike today. I actually bought this top yesterday as like a little underlayer because I don't have a warm enough coat. So I thought if I buy like, this is like a running top, and I put it just under this jumper. To be fair, it wasn't really, in my head I wasn't pairing it with this jumper. I was gonna wear my San Francisco green jumper. I thought that would kind of match the vibes, but today is 1989 release day, so I'm obviously wearing my Taylor Swift jumper. But this is my like alternative to a bigger jacket, so let's all hope that it keeps me warm. Now I'm gonna have my Mackey's and we're gonna go. How was your sleep in the pod?
It's actually really good.
Yeah, I slept so well. I slept a bit too well.
Yeah.
Like when the alarm went off, because there's obviously no natural light in there, I could have gone back to sleep for like 5 more hours. There was no natural waking up of my body at all.
And then we opened the door and we were like, oh, it's bright out here.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be dark.
No, it was good. It was good. Although there could be plugs inside it.
Yeah, no plugs. Only 2 USBs, and neither me or Tom have a phone charger that is USB anymore. We just have USB-C. Yeah. So that was kind of a faff. I was charging my phone off of my laptop. Other than that, that is genuinely the only complaint. Even the like bathrooms, the shared bathrooms were really clean, really decent. There was like a communal kitchen, really decent. Definitely recommend it.
I barely saw any other people.
Yeah, it was super quiet.
Weird, I think it was pretty full. But maybe everyone just, it's not, well, it's not a very social hostel.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely probably not somewhere you want to stay if you want to make loads of friends, but if you just want to go to sleep, 10-10.
But then, to be honest, you're probably not going to be in Launceston if you want to make loads of friends anyway.
That's
true. A very odd place to be for backpackers, really.
Yeah.
But I still hold you dear despite the heartbreak you caused at me.
this, the path is covered in snow. Like this sounds so stupid, but I didn't really even think about Australia even getting snow. And now here we are, this shows you the temperature. Although it doesn't actually feel like cold, like it is melting, but...
I mean, I knew they had like mountains which got snow at certain times of the year, but I didn't think...
There'd just be snow on the ground, yeah, me neither.
Apparently they had snow, like I think you said like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's been really cold this week here. A lot of people, a lot of you guys actually have messaged me on Instagram saying last week was really summery here, and now this week it's really wintry again. We have made it to the halfway point of the lake. We are now at the back of the viewpoint that we were at the beginning, and we are 3 kilometers down, and I'm actually quite enjoying it because there's an actual boardwalk down, so it's way less hikey, and it's actually way better because it's quite slippy. The fact that there's this grip down is making it a lot better.
It's too hard to breathe. Lover, I live for the day you and I turn to
We have just arrived at our next little location that we're staying. I found this place on booking.com actually, but it looks just like an Airbnb. I mean, I imagine it's probably on Airbnb as well. We are basically in the mountains still, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and this is a little studio attached to a house, actually, somebody's house, so I'm not going to film too much of it, but outside you can see we're still kind of like in the valley, which is really lovely. And this room is really nice. Like, this is such a lovely place to stay. It's got everything we need. It's even got an ensuite bathroom, which is really great. Yeah, this is just lovely. Tonight we have cooked in the little B&B, and by cooked I mean I've microwaved some soup and cut up some bread. It was actually pre-sliced, haven't even done that. But it does look pretty good, and this only cost us $20. So that is a lot better than eating out, and it's actually really cozy in our little lodge. Got the bed, got the vibes, and we're gonna tuck in. We're having a cozy little laptop night. What are we gonna watch? Did we decide?
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, or what was it called?
I know, we were going to actually have one, weren't we?
The other one, yeah.
It's called Severance.
Severance, that was it. Our friends James and Bruno recommended us this series. It's on, is it on Apple?
Yes, it's on Apple.
Apple TV. Good morning. We got up bright and early and actually left Cradle Mountain. So we stayed in the Airbnb last night, and we've actually driven back to Hobart to be here in time for lunch because we didn't get too much time exploring Hobart itself, and we wanted to make sure we were here on a Saturday because they have these really famous markets called the Salamanca markets, which is like the #1 recommendation of things to do here in Hobart. So we're gonna go and explore. This market is so nice. We have met some such lovely people. We met a friend with a lady from Brisbane. Just sat and had my lunch with her. She was just chatting away, and like obviously it's really busy, and there's a space on the table, and I was just like, oh, can we just sit with you?
She was so nice.
She was so nice. And then I got to stroke a Labrador, which was just delightful because they've got a Dogs Trust, or like Australian Dogs Trust equivalent stall. We've tried food. We've bought a wombat, of course.
Surprise them with that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we've got a new addition to the family.
A latest addition to the family. And also we've had a look at all the stalls. We are being slightly, like, I'm looking like this because we actually can't really take too much stuff home. Obviously at a market like this, a lot of it's like fresh stuff as well, so we definitely can't buy that. But like the knickknacks and the gifts, I'm like... Guys, it's very loud in here, but it's been a couple of hours. We have come out for one final dinner here in Tasmania, but also one final dinner here in Australia. We found a little Italian just on like the foreshore. It's not really a foreshore, like the docks here in Hobart, and got a little wine. We've actually had a few recommendations to go visit this like one specific wine bar. Sorry, it's so noisy in here. So we're gonna go there after this because apparently it's quite popular here in Hobart. So we're having dinner first, and then we're gonna go celebrate with a little wine. So we were just in this bar called Sunny, which actually was recommended to us by somebody else, and it's basically like one of the most popular bars here in Hobart, and it is a wine bar, and they've got this really unique thing going on where basically everybody that's in there is sat around one table, which sounds really weird, but like it does kind of work because like the bar is in the middle or like kind of at the back, and they're like serving you from there obviously. So it's a really cool vibe. The downside is it's very small.
Yeah, it's very cozy, but to be fair, that's probably why it's so popular.
No, I quite liked
different.
it. Yeah, it was different, it was intimate, but we did have to queue to get in, which less of a fan of because
especially when it's freezing out here.
It's so cold and it's pouring down with rain. Yeah, it's just one of the most popular places to go if you're into wine, if you like a wine. This also looks really cool, quite lively. I keep forgetting that it's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just doesn't feel like a Saturday night to me.
We're meant to be at the capital, so.
We are in the capital of Tasmania, but yeah, no, I really rated that. It was very nice, quite expensive, but like a nice place to end our time here because we have heard it recommended more than once.
Yeah,
like,
we always knew we were going to
finish
Tasmania, I guess.
And Australia.
Yeah, and Australia. Includes the Australia leg of the year.
This is kind of it. This is the end of our Tasmanian leg of this adventure, at least anyway. I look so tired. I have actually just woken up because we are on the way to the airport to leave Tasmania and to leave Australia. I really feel like I haven't processed this. I did kind of just have this whole speech in my last vlog from my birthday, so I'm not going to go over it again because I know that this is going to be so super long, and this is also more of just my 7-day road trip in Tasmania. So I hope you have enjoyed it. We've had a really lovely week here. I would say Tassie is definitely different to mainland Australia in every way, like the weather obviously, but also the landscape, and also I feel as though like actual cities and the actual like towns and the people, different vibe to mainland Australia, definitely. But I do think that it's worth stopping here if you're planning a trip to Australia and you're looking at doing like a loop or like a lap. People call it like the lap if you do like the east coast, the west coast, the top, South Australia. Don't miss Tasmania out because I actually think it's got some of the most beautiful landscapes that we have seen all year. Like if you take the weather out of the equation, because like you guys know I'm not a cold person, like the cold weather is not my cup of tea. I would much rather be in a hot climate. But for a week, if you ignore it, if you just try to power through it, it's stunning. Like, it is so beautiful here. I'm really glad that we visited Tasmania. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I shall see you guys from New Zealand. What? Bye.